And we're recording. Pull up my notes. And we're off. All right, so obviously you'll come down to the studio like always. Olaf will be in there wearing his usual, sports coat and tie and whatnot. And this time, as I've mentioned previously several times, um, every time you see him, he's always got something, some sort of teal coloring somewhere along the way, like that teal green, because of course he's Rasselhagian, but the Rasselhag Republic doesn't exist yet. But so this time he's got a teal green pencil stuck behind one ear, like up on his ear. And he's also got a stack of note cards on his desk. And you could probably tell as you're getting ready to take your seat that some of the lines of the notes or whatever he's got written on the note cards have actually been crossed out and then something written in their place. Also, as you get ready to take a seat, he'd be like, "Whoa, hold on. Before you sit down, make sure you're not going to sit in a wet spot." Skylar was in here just a little bit ago. You know how she gets. She gets animated. She starts talking with her hands. She's had a few drinks. It's very possible you might be sitting in something that she spilled. So just double check before you sit down. I would hate for you to ruin your outfit.
I
and
will
then
check thoroughly before I sit.
because I don't know how much you've been watching Foehammer's episodes, but she's become something of a well, fuck it. We'll just call her a drunken lush at this point. uh, and then obviously after a moment or two, the production crew will start getting ready to go live again, and the lights will dim down. Excuse me. And of course, Olaf will start his normal spiel and be, "Welcome back, mech fans. Our next match is almost ready to begin, but as always, I have things I must say, and I must say them because, frankly, I'm paid to say them. I'm Olaf Krieg, and this is the Triple Press, brought to you by the fine folk at the Krieg Dominion Media, the Solaris Broadcasting Company, along with, of course, the Donegal Media Group, bringing you the finest in combat sports entertainment since 3022. Wow. And time flies, and you forget what year it is. I'm told that the newest ratings of the various pilots and techs for each team have been completed. I've said this before already. Some team members have even been elevated to higher tiers, which of course means more money in their paychecks and an increase in the chance for them to be drafted. Our next match features a powerhouse battle between two powerhouse teams. Our home team tonight is a former Trinity Cup champion who has spent literal years at the top of the league standings, currently ranked number 1 despite having taken 2 losses so far this year. Of course, I'm talking about the Marik Industrialists. Tonight, they'll be facing the Luthien Dragonborn, the only team to have won every single one of their matches so far this year. In this battle, one that I have found to be terribly difficult to predict a winner for, will the Dragonborn suffer their first defeat of the year, or will the Indies finally get knocked from the top of the charts after the recent climb during the Grasshopper run? With me tonight to discuss this and other things is Darius Matamuri of the Dragonborn. Darius, how are you doing tonight? A pleasure as always to see you once again.
Now, the pleasure is mine as usual.
Indeed, indeed. Now, my first question for you tonight is this. We know what you want to say, but let's be honest for a moment. Both teams are known for fielding advanced mechs. Both teams have often appeared on the field armed to the teeth with lasers and PPCs. Both teams have incredibly well-versed pilots who know their stuff. We know you'll want to say, of course, that your team is going to win. Maybe they will. But this won't be an easy matchup. How is it really going to go tonight? Can we see the Dragonborn remain undefeated, or will the Industrialists remain on the top for another week?
Oh, the Industrialists are not remaining on the top. I am taking my position back.
Oh, man, every time I try to get you to say something against your team, you're just like, nope, no, it doesn't matter. We're going to win. That's all there is to it. And then, of course, his next question is, we've noticed after this recent ratings review for the pilots and techs across the league that there's a familiar name on the Dragonborn roster, Liz Matamuri. Who is this new pilot? And more importantly, who is this new pilot in relation to you? Clearly, she's someone important as she shares your last name. And we've got many fans that are very curious to know more.
That would be my wife.
How does that make you feel knowing that she is going to take the field tonight for her first time, if I'm not mistaken, in what could be a very heavy fight I don't want to wish any ill will or anything. I hope she does well, as I always do for every pilot. But this job is pretty dangerous. What kind of thoughts or insights do you have on that?
I have every confidence in my wife.
I would hope so. I mean, she's on the field in the first place. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I might be a little snarky. Maybe I had a drink with Skylar earlier. I don't know. Next week
you're
you're
going to
scheduled.
become a lush too.
No, no, no. Come on, we Hagians know how to hold our liquor.
Uh huh.
Next week, you're scheduled to face the Remoran opposition, but I have it in good standing that if the opposition performs poorly this week, and let's face it, their current trident is definitely leading that way, they'll have an incredibly difficult time fielding a legal team to challenge you next week. Do you have any comments or thoughts to share on this? And before you do, let me remind you, next week is the Commanders round where I am told each team will have a designated team commander on the field.
Well, I haven't heard much about this commander round, other than that it exists. I don't know how the points are going to be scored or anything. But between my wife and Vamsey, I don't think we have anything to worry about. I just
Indeed.
hope that the opposition manages to scrape together a team to go against me.
What I've heard is they definitely had to pull off some logistical challenges. I believe that's the polite way of saying they were almost hosed this week. But they did manage to put together a team. They will be fighting the Dover Crows later on tonight. Um, but yeah, they definitely had to do some financial and logistical finagling in order to put their team together this evening, or for this evening, I should say. Now, if they do well this week, of course, they'll have sufficient funds and repair capability to ensure that they'll have a legal team next week. But of course, as we all know, anything happens once the match starts, and if they don't do as well as they need to, things could get a little sketchy. Now, the particulars of the Commanders round are still something of a mystery to us here in the studio. My understanding is that each team will be fielded as per normal. It's just that one member will be designated the commander, and of course, if that particular mech goes down, either the match will end early or there'll be additional points on the board. We haven't heard the final answer yet. Of course, the league of officials they like to play their cards close to their chest, so I'm sure
Yeah,
we'll.
that they do.
I'm sure by the time we have our weekly review, we'll have more information. Hopefully. But anyway, what is no mystery at this point is that this next match is going to be colorful and explosive. And, as it seems, is also about to begin. So go get your drinks, get your snacks, and get strapped in for this hot mech on mech action that's about to take off. Let me switch over to the other screen. And then pull up Mega Mech. Pull up the rules. Actually, the first thing I need to look at is sponsorships, and that is on sponsorships. Right there. Okay. All right. So you have, let's pull up your sheet and go to the sponsorships tab. You have one that is ending, your +1 gather intelligence is ending today. But you have the option of seeking additional sponsorship or attempting to retain this same sponsorship. So what would you like to do?
Give me a second.
Uh-huh.
I thought if I tried to keep it and failed, that I would get a chance to find a new one.
Correct. So you can attempt to find a new one outright, or attempt to retain, and if you fail, you'll still have the option to gain a new one. But obviously, if you succeed on retaining it, then you won't be able to get a new one, obviously.
Right.
So you can choose to keep the +1 gather intel, which you'll still have for this week, as the mechanic is, but after this week, the new sponsorship will kick in, as it were.
All right.
So your call if you would like to keep it or not.
Let's go ahead and attempt to keep it.
Okay. I'm double checking the rules. I thought I had it actually written in here. I'm trying to find it right now. Excuse me. Oh yeah, there it is, right there. Okay, so you'll roll 2d6. On an 8 or higher, you can keep it. If you roll an 11 or 12 or better, it goes from +1 to +2. You do have a +2 modifier for your sponsorship rolls, so you can get actually a 2d6 +2.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready, go ahead and make that roll for me, please.
We don't do MWEs before this?
No, we'll do those after. That, and also if I went straight to MWEs, I might forget the sponsorship roll, and then I'm going to feel like an idiot later. I mean, I'm going to feel like an idiot later regardless, but, specifically for this reason.
All right, so 2d6 +2?
Correct. 6 + 2 is 8. That means you do get to keep the +1 gather intelligence, so I just need to update the start and end dates of that particular one. So let me get to that real quick. Starting 30/25 week 5, ending 30/29 week 5. All right. And the Mariks, let's see, they have, oh god, I gotta pull theirs up. For the Marik Industrialists, they have week 5, they have +2 fans if the team wins. We are going to attempt to retain that. We do not have a +2. Correct. So it's just a 2d6, and we rolled a total of 6, so we do not get to keep that one. So now we just rolled first to see if we get a new sponsorship to take its place. We rolled a 9. On a 9, sponsorships are available, but there are no additional modifiers on the next roll. This is now a 3d6 roll to see what sponsorship they do get. Rolling a 9, that will give us medical time reduced by 1 level for our new sponsorship. Right, so med time.
You'll need it.
You keep talking that shit now. Reduce 1 level, and that's going to start 30/25 week 5, end 30/29 week 5. Alright, now that we have done that, now we can do...
Everyone meet Persephone.
Well, unfortunately the camera's not on, but we did see her popping up in your lap once or twice during the interview section, so we got to see her then. Alright, yeah. MWE. Your first option here is marketing. That will be a 2d6, no additional modifiers, so whenever you're ready. A total of 5, which is no result. Your next roll will be a 2d6 for training. I thought you had a +1 to training. Didn't you have a +1, or did that end?
That ended.
Okay. All right, then it's just my memory being faulty.
8.
And you rolled an 8 for training. That will give you 1 XP for all pilots and techs not on the injured list, which in your case is everybody is good to go. So 1 additional XP, always helpful. Go ahead, update now. Also, I already updated the 1 free XP point for the week prior to the start. Just FYI. Alright. And then the Marik Industrialists will also be rolling for training with no additional modifiers, so just 2d6. For a total of 9. 9 also 1 extra XP for all pilots and techs not injured. Go ahead and update that. Oops. All right. All right, and then before we get into the fight proper, we have 2d6 roll plus 1 for you for gathering intelligence on your opponents. For a total of 6.
6.
Which is no result. The Marik Industrialists were keen to knowing that you were going to plan some craziness, and they had increased security to prevent you from doing such. However, that takes us right into dropping the flag or the banner or the curtain and throwing everybody out there for you to see. Now, I have included, of course, appropriate advantages where necessary. So please take a moment to review your, as well as, of course, edge and tactics, but also make sure that they have the appropriate SPAs. And in a rare stroke of luck, I've managed to pull off about 1,100 battle value in favor of me this time. But I will say, in my defense, as it were, you did lose a couple of players in the last couple of weeks that really, really hurt your team overall as far as battle value is concerned.
Yep.
They were some big ones, too. But if it makes you feel any better, the Torian Nationals have also lost some really big names in the last week or two as well. Probably doesn't make you feel any better because it's just the fucking Nationals and nobody cares about them. If you could, let me know when you're good. So I'll go ahead and just choose my starting point because the Mariks are the home team. I'm going to start in the south. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and select the north for your starting edge once you're satisfied. And then if you could, click done for... Oh, wait, before you do that, I forgot. I need to... Ooh, man, that was a good catch. Woo, I almost screwed that one up bad. Forget to change the map.
Yeah, don't forget that.
Yeah, those extra couple of hexes are really helpful. All right, go ahead and click done if you're satisfied with everything.
Can't say that I'm satisfied, but
That's fair. I may have deserved that. Let's see. Vampsy has natural aptitude gunnery and also 0-0 gunnery piloting. That's going to be scary. And I believe some edge and 1 point in tactics in your most advanced mech available. So it's going to be fucking nasty. There's just no other way around it. Ooh, excuse me.
all right.
All right, and we are off. Of course, we have the initial initiative order, but that doesn't really matter because it's just for deployment. Got a little bit of terrain here this time. We've got some open ground. There's a handful of swampy bits, but there is a pretty thick clumping of trees right about the middle of the map, as well as some depression. I was going to make a smart comment about depression, but maybe I'll hold off on that just because somebody may misunderstand where I was going with it. Let's see. This is... so I need him. Some interesting bits of terrain here. course, the ever present stupid spider that you're actually pretty good at handling. I can't seem to get quite the skill of deploying a spider like you do, but I certainly am trying.
Hmm.
Yeah, trying to figure out where to put that other Warhammer. And somehow I magically got all the initiative this round. This will be the only time I have such favors. And weird to be on the other side of somebody having to move their fastest mech first. It's usually what I'm stuck with. Ooh, that doesn't look good.
I did not realize there was a swamp there.
Yeah, I hate when the swamp is also got wood, or excuse me, woods in the same hex because it's not always easy to spot, especially if it's heavy woods. Although that spot right there looks like light woods, but that's unfortunate. But I'm sure your pilot will be able to get out of there. The spider pilot has 3-3, so I'm pretty sure he'll make the PSR to get out of there. Fairly confident anyway. I see we've got the Warhammer duo here. That's going to make things a bit of a challenge for me. I know that. All right, my turn to do some scooting here. Let's see where I want to go. I don't want to get too close to the spider just to help make things even more of a challenge for that guy. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scoot over here. We'll bring him up as well. He'll just come up. Oh, this isn't that hunchback. Son of a bitch. Okay. I forgot. This is the hunchback that I purchased way back when to troll Foehammer in the Golden Suns and try to basically field the exact same team that he was fielding. And so I have the Hunchback 4P, not the Hunchback 4H like I thought I had. Sometimes I'm an asshole. I thought it was funny at the time too, in my defense. Darius, did you happen to watch Bowhammer's match yet by chance? 7A. 7. Wow. 7 lasers from one mech and all but one miss. Damn it. Well, I was simping for 9s, I suppose. Let's see. Star Slayer takes a hit. Warhammer needs a PSR to stay standing, but he's fine. Needed a 1. You needed a 1 to stay standing. That's fucking ridiculous, man. You can't miss a 1 on 2d6. Getting the better end of initiative. That'll be somewhat helpful. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good to see the spider get unstuck. Alright, let's see what we're looking at for damages here. Let's see. We've got some internal structure damage on the Warhammer. I was going to bump him up to moderate damage. Oh, did I only fire 2 large lasers with the flashbang? That doesn't sound right. Let's see. Star Slayer losing internal structure as well. 2 pilots making PSRs to stay standing, and they are. So that's good. Looks like the Star Slayer might lose a leg here really soon. That's going to be a problem. Heat is managed across the board. Going now into round 3, and it is a 95 to 89 battle value score in favor of the Industrialists. And it looks like that spider is moving last. That is fucking scary. And with a decent terrain right here, if he can't jump it, he can certainly run it. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Starting to feel a little cat and mouse-ish. Chasing some Warhammers around. I feel like I'm being led into a trap, so we'll see how this turns out. Alright. Warhammer losing some more internal structure, and there go the criticals. Losing a bunch of stuff. A whole leg gone on that 7A. That's going to cripple the 7A. Heat sinks. Oh, and there goes the leg on the Star Slayer. Crippling the Star Slayer. I mean, I kind of called that one. And a bunch of other stuff as well. Let's see, what else? Left torso blown off. So that Star Slayer is effectively probably just about done. Star Slayer falls over, losing all of its armor on its center torso. Pilot is fine. Let's see. Warhammer falls over. Internal structure on left torso. Vamsy now having taken 2 hits. Did I miss that in the... Oh, there was a head hit up here. Okay. Ah, yes, that stupid little small laser. Yep. Vamsy is now at 2 hits. We have 2 crippled mechs on the field. He is still managed. Darius, have I lost you or are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm trying to look at something.
Gotcha. Did I skip over something?
Trying to find out when my 7A lost its second point of edge.
Ooh.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I'm going to wager it was probably some critical explosive that was hit and got it re-rolled through that. We've got a big
No, it
drop.
was a
Go ahead.
2 roll.
It was a what? Oh, missing on a 2 or something?
No, it was tack. Through armor
True
critical.
armor crit. Okay, gotcha. All right, we got the initiative set up. Looks like we've got a big drop in battle value, but still 78 to 64 leading for the Industrialists. Both teams, of course, are not quite, but almost down a mech. My dead Star Slayer is going to be moving first, so this will be interesting. Let me see what am I getting. Oh, wow. Uh, Son of a gun. Well, let's see if he can actually stand up. He's a 6. And he's up. Star Slayer is still up. Hmm. Interesting move. Let's see. It's gonna be the safest way. All right. Both of the crippled mechs are still in the fight. It looks like. Let's see. What are we looking for here?
Don't think anybody's in there.
Well, I did say this was going to be a colorful and explosive match, as we can all imagine. Based on various artwork and video game um, renderings of lasers and whatnot. Plenty of green and blue lasers all over the place. And right before the screen switched over, I saw my Sky Slayer or Star Slayer just go kaboom. So I'm pretty sure that mech is out. Let's look at what we've got here. The 7A takes 2 large laser hits and loses right torso, as well as a double heat sink and an SRM6 and a critical hit on an ERPPC in the left arm. Flashman misses with 1 laser, hits with a bunch more. Hunchback hits with a bunch more on the 6K. Flashman takes 2 head hits in this round from the 6K. So Liz Montgomery knows what she's doing. Wow, what an inaugural moment. Just her first match, and she's like scoring multiple head hits on the same target. Too bad that they are being re-rolled with Edge, but now I think after that last one, there is no Edge remaining. And there's an engine hit on the Flashman, thanks to a stupid-ass through armor critical, that I just once again want to reiterate how much I hate through armor criticals, because of that right there. But Flashman is just now been crippled because of that engine hit, despite all the other damage it was taking. That was not a big deal. Let's see. Spider fired on the Star Slayer for shits and giggles, and here goes the Warhammer 7A, still armed to the fucking teeth despite missing on a whole ass leg, and just obliterating the gyro on the Star Slayer. And then an engine hit, another gyro hit. That's 3 gyro hits. Copeland is injured now. And then the Star Slayer falls over and blows itself up. We're going to award the kill, obviously, to I believe that was the 7A pilot. Yep. Bamsey gets another kill. That's very unfortunate because losing the Star Slayer, I expected. Not losing the Warhammer, not killing the Warhammer at the same time, that was going to be my what's the word I'm looking for here? That was going to be the counter move to that. So I am now very much in a precarious position. This is most unfortunate for me right now. "6K takes a kick and loses all the armor on its left leg. Flashman takes a kick as well. Both pilots are still standing. I think our heat numbers are going to be really high right now. Well, not unmanageable for the Flashman, though. 8 heat. Both Warhammers are also at 8 heat, so it's almost like they're just copying each other at this point. And I am not doing well in the initiative department here. I am still leading 63 to 47. But initiative is going to get the better of me on this one. And if I didn't know any better, I would wager that Spider is trying to find a yep, right there in my ass on the Flashman. Isn't Vamsy like in a really, really, really close run for most kills in the
I think
league?
so.
I feel like Vamsy and Clift. I think Vamsy and Clift are the top killers in the league right now. I'll have to look here shortly. Actually, this I have it open. Clift and Pritha. Vamsy is can't be right. Vamsy only has 2 kills in the league. That doesn't sound right. All right, let's see what we're looking at here. Warhammer 6K losing critical slots. Didn't I? No. 6K firing on the Flashman. Flashman taking some damage. Flashman taking out more critical slots. And more critical slots. Warhammer 7 firing on the Flashman. Spider firing on the Flashman, getting some hits. Warhammer 6K goes down. Liz Matamuri does not get injured. She's got her seatbelt on correctly and securely. But you do have a mech down at the moment. I'm just gonna say, if that fucking spider hits and I fall over because of a stupid 35-ton mech kicking my fucking Flashman, I'm gonna be mad. Let's see. No armor remaining on the 6K center torso. 14 internal remaining. Flashman about to lose its right leg if he's not careful. Also, Flashman is taking critical slots on that, but Flashman's already marked crippled, so. Alright, Heat is back down in sustainable levels. Going now into round 6. I'm going to look here in just a second or two. There it is, the initiative. And 56-36 still in favor of the Industrialists, but that gap is slowly dwindling. If I'm not careful, I think if I sneeze in the wrong general direction, I'm going to lose this match. Let's see. Here. Hmm. Alright. 6K takes a hit, but it gets re-rolled. That's the first thing I see when we flopped over here. Right leg gone on the 6K. 6K is now crippled. What else we got going on? Hunchback firing off a bunch of lasers. We got a gyro hit on the 6K as well. Flashman eating a bunch of shit from the Warhammer 6. Spider hits a head hit. Omar takes a head hit. Or, excuse me, Omar takes injuries. Excuse me. And then the 7A throws a few lasers at the Flashman as well. Flashman remains standing. Matamuri takes a hit as the mech falls over. Am I reading this right? Did both your legs go away on the 6K? Section destroyed right leg from a flamer of all things. And then when the mech falls over, the left leg is gone. That Warhammer might be dead.
It can still prop itself up.
That is so weird because, usually that counts as a mech kill in every other form of Battletech, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right? Like video games and whatnot, and I'm pretty sure tabletop too, doesn't it? I mean, it's still there, so it's a valid target, but this is so weird. Oh dear. The spider. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, I fucking hate you so much right now, Darius. I hate you so much. Okay, so for the people that may not be able to see this on the screen, first we have the spider just left hook into the right leg of the Flashman, but manages to roll a fucking here goes your leg, it doesn't matter what's left on it, and literally pulls the whole leg off of the mech. As the mech is also kicking the Warhammer 6K that just lost its left torso, and now its gyro is taking an additional hit. The Flashman obviously is going to fall over, and Omar takes another hit to the pilot. God damn. That's... Jesus, man. What a weird match. 13 heat on the 6K, by the way. That's pretty toasty.
Yep.
43 to 28. Still favoring the Marik Industrialists, who have now almost effectively one good mech remaining. If I can't get this Flashman to stand back up. Oh, man. No gyro on that 6K, but that doesn't kill the mech, according to Mega Mech. Not used to that ideology. I guess he could still... I'm not sure. Actually, if he's lost a whole torso, I don't think he can really prop himself up with anything. Could be wrong. Stranger things have happened. Ah, no. Okay. Well, at least Omar didn't hurt himself more when the mech couldn't stand up. I needed a 6 and I rolled a 3. Damn it. Excuse me. All right, Flashman losing internal structure, I should say. I keep saying that like all the time. Spider taking some hits. Losing critical slots even on the Spider. That's not unusual for a light mech to lose stuff right away. And then the Warhammer is killed by the Flashman through center torso depletion. So that's going to be... Oops, wrong one. 6K is defeated by the Flashman. 6K firing off a bunch of stuff at the Flashman. No real big effect. Hunchback getting in there and scoring some hits on the Warhammer 7. Got an engine hit. Center torso losing internal structure. And there goes the 7A also by center torso depletion. And that goes to the Hunchback pilot, Zhao.
Yep.
Well, I guess if you could still slap my Flashman around with a Spider, and of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? I mean, at this point, it's get every little bit you can, I guess. Yeah, that 89% battle value, and the Dragonborn suffer their first loss of the season. But I will say this: they definitely racked up a big repair bill for the Industrialists. All right. First things first, let's look at those victory points. Mariks will get 3 points for winning the match. They will receive an additional 3 for the 6K and another 3 for the 7A for a total of 6, giving them a final score of 9 victory points. The Dragonborn will receive 1 victory point and then 2 victory points for killing the Star Slayer for a total of 3 for the match, giving us a total score, or excuse me, final score of 9-3. And I'm going to double check my math because Jesus Christ, suddenly something doesn't sound right. So 3 for winning, 2 heavies, that's 3 points. 1 for losing, 1 medium is 2 points. Okay, no, that is right. 9-3 final score. Let's see. I did not achieve my overall goal, which was to utterly destroy the 7A, but, you know, I guess we take what we get. Fans. Let's look at fan numbers. So I need to pull up the rules. Fans is on page 12. Actually, 13. Fans. All right, so +1 for winning, +1 additional for a now 3-win streak for the Mariks. We didn't have any mechs outright destroyed, and we didn't have any physicals kill a mech. Am I correct on that? I don't remember any physical kills. I think I'm looking at a total of +2. So that'll be a 2d6 roll +2 for the Mariks. Rolling, wow, 12 + 2 is 14. Holy cow, that's going to be a big jump. +4 fans, and then +2 additional for winnings. That's +6 fans. And then for the Dragonborn, they lost. That's -1. And I'm not seeing any other modifiers that apply here. So if you could, Mr. Darius, 2d6 roll, please, for your fans.
Wasn't there a physical kill?
I could be wrong, but I don't think there was. I know there was definitely mechs that got crippled because of physical kills. But I don't think, because, well, I know this much. Your 2 Warhammers were both killed by center torso depletion. And then my Star Slayer, pretty sure you just shot at the shit and it finally went down and died. In fact, I think it fell over and died. Literally. It was the fall damage that actually killed it. Should probably make a note moving forward to track if it's a physical that kills a mech or a DFA even. Yeah, whenever you're ready, I just give me that 2d6 roll, please. There it is. 6 minus 1 is 5, which is no change in the fans. All right, next up we have wealth. This will be easy. Our final score was 9-3, which is 12. 22 wealth to the Mariks. 12 wealth to the Dragonborn. And then the draft. We'll go ahead and start with the Dragonborn. This should be a simple roll. I don't think you get too much in the way of modifiers here. You're back down to basically 0 across the board for modifiers in the draft. So this will be 2d6 minus 1 because you lost the match, and that's the only modifier you have. So a 2d6 roll when you're ready, please.
I don't get anything for having destroyed the Star Slayer.
Not for the draft, no. For the draft, the numbers are basically if you won or lost, and if you're on a 3+ win or lose streak.
Oh, okay.
Total of 8 minus 1 is 7, which means nobody will be drafted from your team this week. For the Mariks, they are now on a 3+ win streak, so that's actually going to be roll 2d6, and they're going to have +1 for winning and +2 for a 3+ win streak now. So that's actually +3, which means I'm probably losing. Son of a bitch. 13. I am losing 2 pilots and 2 techs. Fuck me. All right. Yeah. Son of a bitch. Well, on the good side is I only have tier 2 pilots and tier 1s. Let's start with pull this over here so I can see the names as we go. Start my 1d6 rolls. First for the copy. All right, first one is for Zhao. I need a 2 or lower. Zhao is safe. Copeland, safe. Omar, fuck me.
Bye, Omar.
Yeah. Yep, Omar is drafted. So that's 1 pilot gone. Let's bring this down here. Sulama, Omar, drafted. I'll do replacement shortly because I want to get through the rest of these, at least the other pilot. What are we looking at here? Perkty, safe. Kosi, safe. Now I need 1. On a 1, they are drafted. First is Takeda, safe. Tiki, safe. Milkovich, safe. So I only lose 1 pilot. But now I got to roll for 2 techs, starting with my 1 tier 3 tech, Connie Shade. On a 3 or less, Connie Shade is gone. Connie Shade is gone. Damn it. Pretty sure I just got her to veteran, too. I'll do replacement rolls here shortly. Now I have tier 2 techs. This is Burnwall on a 2 or less. Safe. Galio, safe. Zappo, safe. Who else do I have over here? I have a handful of tier 1s. Starting with McCoy. Safe. Radicano, safe. Barely. Risotto, safe. Saito, safe. So I only lose 1 pilot and 1 tech. That is unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is. All right, so
Omar.
Yeah, it just sucks because they almost carry my namesake. All right, let's see. First, for the pilot replacement, this is to see what their experience level is. And on a 6, they are a veteran. So that's cool. Insert new name.
You've been rolling a lot of 6s.
I saw that too. I was like, I'm waiting for this to not, or to stop going in my favor. They do not have sniper. This is just going to be new pilot. Give them a new name shortly. They are a veteran, so that's going to be 3, 4, tier 2, no tactics, and now I got to roll for experience points. Damn it. 4 experience points. I was waiting for that roll to come up as a 6, by the way. Just to, really sink it in that I was rolling a bunch of 6s all of a sudden. All right, and now for my replacement tech. First for experience level. Green. There we go. Tech. Green. 2 edge. And now for their experience points. 3 experience points. All right. Well, that was an ugly round of drafting for me. God damn. And after putting sniper on that one too. All right, what's next? What's after that? I think we got some money spending to take place here. Actually, I need to start updating the spreadsheets so I can. Well, here, let's do Marik's first because I got them right here. General info now 3, 0 and 1. They gain 9, so that's gonna take them up to 50. That puts them at fucking 41 fans. Holy cow. Finances for their earnings, they earn 22 wealth. For their fans, they earn 26. We'll get to maintenance, repairs, and all that in just a second.
Veteran techs are tier 2, right?
It's not so much their skill level, it's how much edge they have, but veterans and elites with 3 or less edge are tier 2. And then when they have 4 edge or more, they go to tier 3.
Okay.
Let's see. Dragonborn suffering their first loss. Gaining 3 points. That's going to take them to 38. They did not gain any fans, and that doesn't change. Finances, winnings was 12. Fan income is 22. And we'll get to the salaries and all that in just a second. All right. What is next? Maintenance. Maintenance first. Let's do the Dragonborn first for maintenance. This should be easy. You started with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mechs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 techs. Oh, son of a gun. Jesus Christ.
I've got 7 techs.
All right, let me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You do. Okay. All right. Well, that's. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So 7 mechs. 3 went out. So that's -4 for maintenance. I just don't have them all slotted, I guess. But we can fix that later. All right. So -4 for maintenance. And then your salaries. The salaries after maintenance? Yeah.
Sorry, what was the match earnings?
Match earnings was 12, and then your fan income was 22.
Yep.
And then maintenance -4, and then now I'm doing your salary, so that's gonna be 2 for all your greens and regulars. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11.
Yeah. I'm gonna double check that. That does seem a little bit high.
I thought it was 10.
Yeah, well, that and we did have. Let's just double check that real quick. All right. So these guys are definitely tier 2 pilots, so that's valid. Then we have 2 tier 2. Let's double check my math. All right, 2 for all our greens and regulars. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You have 2 veteran techs with 4 edge, and so that makes them tier 3. Although it wouldn't matter because they're for paid purposes, veterans and elites have to be paid individually. So yeah, 11. Probably because of everybody that leveled up after spending experience points. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because last week 4's salaries was only -5. But there
Did
was
one of my pilots go up to tier 2?
Algaroy would have, it looks like, because they were, I remember them being regular, want to say. And then they're a veteran now.
Because they're 3-4?
Yeah. So I'm thinking
Okay.
that's where it was.
That's where we differentiated. I didn't have her as a tier 2.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, and repair?
I'm about to do that here in just a second. I got to do the Marik's maintenance and salaries.
Okay.
All right, for them. Ooh, I have a crippled Jenner. Why do I have a crippled Jenner? I mean, other than the obvious answer, my Jenner got shot to shit. All right. Well, I didn't throw that in my list. Let's do that now really fast. JR7F, crippled. Who is the tech? Galio is a vet. So that is going to give us a roll of 4+. And the Galio is the tech. That means he has 2 edge. 3 attempts. 4+, 3 attempts. Okay. All right. Back on track here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 max. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tech. So that means -5 for maintenance. And then salaries. 2 for all my greens and regulars. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jesus H Christ. Yeah, so 2 plus 6 is 8. 9, 10. My salary payments went up a lot too. Well, not a lot. It went from 8 to 10. But still is big. And then now let's look at some repair costs. I believe that is the next thing I need to do here. So we've done maintenance and salaries. Yep. Repairs and then medical. So starting with the Dragonborn, we have a crippled 7A. That's a heavy mech. Crippled. So it's 8 plus 5 because it is a special mech. It's 13 repairs by itself. The 6K was also crippled, so that's going to be 8. And the spider was heavy. That's light. That's going to be 3. So 8 and 6 is 14. 24. Holy cow. -24 repair. Yep, that's right.
I will pay it.
Yeah, I see that. You have one in. Let's try that again. You have one pilot with 2 hits. That's going to be -3 for medical. And you have one pilot with 1 hit, so that's 1. You have a -4 medical. I'm assuming you're going to pay that as well.
Yep.
All right. Let me go ahead and input that now before I forget. -24 and -4. You still managed to pull a profit for the week, though. You went from 99 to 104. All right. For the Marik Industrialists, Flashman, crippled. 8 plus 3 is 11. Star Slayer.
I'm sorry, what?
Huh? Where'd I lose you?
I wasn't at 99, I was at 98.
Oh, son of a gun. Nope, you're right. I just input your shit on my sheet. Dumbass. All right. Delete
And
that.
then after
Delete that.
all of week 5, I should be at 89.
Finances. No, you're right. I inputted the repair and medical costs on the wrong sheet. I put it on mine instead of yours.
Oops.
Yeah. Yep, that checks out. So you did lose. Unfortunately, you lost 9 wealth, actually. Which is...
Not worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've definitely got plenty of cushion in that regard.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's not like you're sitting there like the opposition right now, literally counting every fucking penny. Star Slayer, heavy damage. Medium. That's 4. Plus 3 because it's special is 7. And the Hunchback. Did you not ever shoot at the Hunchback?
Yes, I did.
I thought you did. Because I'm looking at my notes and I don't have the Hunchback registering any damage. So let me
It has at least light.
yeah, I feel like it had to have.
Because I shot at it with the 7A before it went down.
Let's see.
Yeah, hit.
Oh,
hit.
yeah. Yep, you're right. I don't know why I didn't write that down. I think I was too focused on all of the booms instead of the little ones. Wow. 2 back-to-back center torso hits. That's pretty good. But yeah, so medium with light damage is 1. That's going to put our total repair bill 11 and 7 and 1 is 19. And then medical is also going to be -4 medical. Neither of the injured pilots will have a problem showing up next week because it's when you hit 3 injuries that they start losing weeks as an aside. So you're good in that regard. Let me go ahead and input these numbers for the Marik's repair bill. -19.
I'm about to put Vampsy in the King Crab again.
Fuck, I'm surprised you didn't bring the King Crab out, to be totally honest with you.
I break my Warhammers.
Well, I mean, not for nothing, 2 Warhammers on the other side of the field is scary as shit. There's nothing to deny that. But the fact that you didn't bring the King Crab for the Marik's of all teams, that's yeah, that's fucking. I'm super glad you didn't. By the way, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Sure.
I'm super glad. I mean, the end result would have still been the same. Well, not so much the end result, but like my tactic would have still been the same. I'm putting every mech on that fucking thing until I either win or it dies. Fuck everybody else. You notice I totally ignored your spider, right?
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that in a minute. I really didn't want to do that. Let's see. We did. Oh, so now we have repair rolls. So starting with Darius, in order to repair your, hold on, let me get my screen where I want here. All right. Warhammer 4+, and you have fucking 7 goddamn attempts. Holy shit.
This is the 7A?
Yeah, the 7A, I'm sorry. Well, there it is right there. The first one of many unnecessary attempts. And the 6K is also a 4, but there's only 5 attempts. Only 5. And then for your spider, I do need a 5+, and you have 3 attempts.
5?
Correct. You have Damadred, who is a green tech assigned. Well, it doesn't matter. You rolled a 6, so. Alright, so your mechs are repaired. Now for my knuckleheads, including the Jenner that I forgot about. Let's see, copy that. And Flashman needs a 4 with 5 attempts, so there's 1, 2, got it. 3 for the Star Slayer with 4 attempts. Got it. Hunchback needs a 3 as well. I know. Hunchback is repaired. And the Jenner needs a 4+ with 3 attempts. 1, 2. Motherfucker! You see that bullshit, man? Where's a 6 when I needed one? Nope. I'm gonna write that in here, literally. Nope. For the Jenner. Alright, and then lastly, I do believe we have, experience points for select individuals, starting with the Marik's and the pilots that were in this match that were not drafted. Let me add this up because I forgot step 3. Alright, 3 for Omar, but it doesn't count because Omar got drafted. I won't say that word out loud. 2 for Copeland.
Yep, bye-bye, Omar.
Yep, and 3 for Zhao. Taking Zhao up to 7. Now for the 3 techs that were involved tonight. Shade, who also got drafted. Burnwall gets 2 points, taking them up to 12. And McCoy gets 2 points. Where are you, McCoy? 7. And then for the Dragonborn, we have Vampsy earning 2 points, taking them up to 4. We have Liz Matamuri earning 1 point, now at 3. And Hideo earning 1 point. Now at 6. And do that. So I'm going to get these out of the way here. Switch it over to this screen, which is slightly different than the screen that was just up. And we see, as we return to the studio, we see Olaf obviously happy with the results of this match. But he is also not foolish enough to be overly braggartly or boastful. He knows that your team took a hard loss there. And of course, he'll start. Darius, well, first, let me commend you on a wonderful match to watch. I know it was a loss, but as we are in this business, of course, a good match to watch is just as important as winning that match. So, while it was indeed a hard loss for you, I'm sure it was definitely an entertaining fight. And thank you for that. Condolences as necessary. Please talk to us about your strategy. You kept those Warhammers tight all across the field, and it almost seemed like you were trying to bait the Marik Industrialists into some sort of trap. So please, elucidate us.
Well, I do always try to keep the Warhammers synchronized.
Hello again, Persephone.
But and the spider is supposed to be a distraction.
A distraction that
But that didn't work too well this time.
Yes, clearly it was a distraction that did not work on the quite cagey industrialists who apparently seem to have it out for that more advanced of the two Warhammers.
Yeah, the 7A went down pretty quick.
Yeah, although the 7A did score a kill shortly after it was quote unquote downed, but clearly not outed. That was indeed a hell of a match. I think the Mariks definitely are trying to prove that the first 2 weeks of the season were something of a flub. But it remains nonetheless, the Dragonborn are going to be near the top, if not at the top, still up in the top 5 at least. That might have actually been a bit harsh. I didn't mean it that way. I was thinking probably more like top 3 at this point, but definitely in the top brackets. Again, a tough loss, but a good match to watch. Darius, do you got anything else for our viewers at home or abroad across the inner sphere before we close this out and start getting ready for our next fight?
No, I think we're good.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for coming in, and folks at home, stick around. Our next match will be coming up shortly. Of course, time delay and various time zones, and of course, rebroadcasting may not necessarily seem that way. But our next match will be shortly. And of course, the studio lights will go out. Or come back up, actually, probably more accurately. Yeah, Darius, man. Bro, I was sweating a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I was fully expecting, one Warhammer to kill one mech and one Warhammer to kill the other mech, and then on the very next screen, you lose. I was really expecting that for, the last probably 3 rounds, to be totally honest with you. And that fucking spider just punching the leg off the Flash, man? What the fuck, man? That goes right up there with falling up a hill.
Yep.
God damn, man. And the only reason why the spider took damage was I still had heat available, and I could only get a large and a medium laser from the Flashman onto the 6K. And so I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna dump everything else I can into the spider and maybe get an extra point or 2. Golly, man, I really was sweating a little. Well, not literally, but I was definitely I'm waiting for this match to just drop the other shoe and call it a night. I'm done. I'm not gonna lie though, it does feel good to finally get a win on you. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
Happen again.
Oh, it'll happen again. It'll just take another 6, 7, 8 weeks. or match, as the case may be. So good fight all around, though, man. Thank you. That was a time. I was definitely. I may not have actually physically been doing, but I think internally I was definitely doing some nail biting. I was like, man, please. That was a good fight.
Yeah,
Good fight all around. Well, thank you.
definitely a good game.
Yes, it was. Thank you. And of course, we've got a couple more matches over the next couple days. We've got the debutantes coming up tomorrow evening, and then the honeybees on Saturday, and then the crows on the 2nd of November. So probably by the weekend of the 3rd or 4th, somewhere in there, I should be able to get the weekend review out. So plenty of stuff to watch, my friends. Stick around. We've got plenty coming. Just try to be patient with us as we work through various people's schedules and all sorts of other technical issues that from time to time come up. Darius, you got anything for the live people viewing us and not necessarily the fictional universe of the inner sphere and periphery?
Glad you guys could come out and watch a video. Hope you were as entertained as I was.
I was definitely entertained and a bit. I think my blood pressure needs to come down a little bit. Just not a lot, just a little bit more to get it back down to my normal. And I say my normal because I know my normal is slightly elevated over what the medical normal is.
Okay.
All right, my friends, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. And hopefully you enjoy the show and maybe subscribe and maybe even possibly, I don't know, do something really weird like join our Discord. The links, of course, are down below. But in the meantime, we got more content coming over the next few days. Keep an eye out. Stick around or something. I don't know. Think of something witty and flashy here.